June the 16th. I have too many replays again. I just hit Master 5. Pretty quickly, actually. Wait a minute. Oh, these are the replays, that's why. I think I had some on ladder I wanted to show as well. I don't remember which ones they were, though. 7 turns? Oh, I remember this one. Oh, hey, Scrubly. How's it going? I don't know if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, but this shit's not in the best format. Okay, I promise I don't run that many hand traps in my deck. I don't know how. This is the first hand I've had where I'm just bricked up going for. I mean, this is not a bad going second hand, but we have no starters, so I just pass. I should have set the Called by the Grave. That was a misplay. I actually should have like set that, but oh well. If you're trying to play against around like a Harpy's Featherstorm, I guess you could like set Called by and hold the Imperm, but I don't know. This is definitely a misplay. There's no no sugarcoating it. Hey, Weeshrim. So I'm starting to wonder, now that Snake Eyes is like more of an engine, I see more non-Snake Eye decks than I see pure Snake Eye decks. So I'm starting to wonder if it's actually more correct to Ash Blossom the Snake Eyes Poplar over the Ash. Because half of the time I Ash original Sinful Spoils, they just add a Poplar and then Poplar adds, or rather, I think I should be ashing the original Sinful Spoils like every time. Because Poplar always ends up adding either the... Wait, they had a fucking Solemn Judgment? What kind of Snake Eye deck is this? That is wild. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. This guy's running some kind of cope-ass, like, Floodgate. Why do they have Barrier Statue? We drew into a Maxi, so we still have no plays 5 turns into this. Hello, S5 Onin. So yeah, turn 6, we had no playable cards. I don't know how that happens. My deck has like 20 starters. Like, I'm not even... But yeah, we had to set Ash or we die, I think. Actually, yeah, we did not set Ash, we would have died. They went into a Hita. I am going to, instead of imperming the Hita, right? I don't care if they take my Ash Blossom, because they're going to have to go into Promethean Princess to reborn something, right? If I imperm the Hita, I don't get to use my Max C, so I might as well use Max C here. And I still have imperm set. I'm more scared of, like, not drawing into plays. We drew into a Sinful Spoils. They tribute summoned Flamberge, which, doesn't really do much. Also, they set a Diabellstar in the back row, which tells me they're going to summon it next turn. And if Flamberge and Diabell both activate their effects, we can use Kurikara to tribute summon over it and just kill them, because she'll have, like, what, 4.5k damage? We drew into a Diabell, which is really good, except we already have the original Sinful Spoils, so unfortunately... Well, there we go, yep, 4.5k. But unfortunately, we kind of have to use the Sinful Spoils here. If they have an Ash, they could just... They win, basically, if they have an Ash Blossom. But we know they didn't have an Ash Blossom because they weren't able to stop our Max C last turn. So there's no possible way they would have an Ash Blossom, and that's why I felt it was safe to use Sinful Spoils of Subversion there. In case that back row card was a Called by the Grave, I was not going to bother to summon Snake Eye Flamberge. That's why I went for the targeted spell there. Because we would have lost to a Called by the Grave as soon as Ash tried to summon Snake Eyes Flamberge. So it was better to just go for lethal there. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. Oh, we're going second again. Okay. This is... Well, we don't know if this is Snake Eyes yet, so... They have an Ash for the Maxi. So we Ash the original Sinful Spoils of Subversion, and I think that doesn't stop their play because they have a Rescue Ace Hydrant. However, they were not able to go into a... Wait. Why weren't they able... I don't know enough about Rescue Ace, so I don't really know why they weren't able to get Turbulence, but I'm happy that they did not get it, because this hand wins that. We have a Called By for the Promethean Princess, and we have an Effect Veiler. Well, no, we can't use Effect Veiler, but pushing the Preventer to the back row means they can't banish us face down. So, okay, normally with this hand, right? If we're playing, let's say we were playing vanilla Vanquish Soul. Now, granted, vanilla Vanquish Soul usually plays more hand traps. But this is like a dead hand. We don't have an additional fire to start cooking with Vanquish Soul. But because we're running the Snake Eye engine, we can steal their Poplar. Which, I mean, like half the decks in this rank are running Poplar. So, yep, we're going to banish the Promethean, which locks us out of being able to use Promethean Princess this turn. We're just going to steal their Poplar, and now we can just go into our Snake Eye plays. And I think as soon as they see that, they just concede. That's right, I did just pause. Don't you kind of feel bad when, like, your opponent is running sleeves that give away the deck that they're playing? Because I kind of feel bad. I feel like I have, like, hidden knowledge. Like, obviously, it doesn't always work, but, like, this guy has tier sleeves. I wonder if he's playing tier. He's playing tier. So... Okay, Ghost Ogre is interesting here. I think they're running Ghost Ogre to counter the Fireking field spell. But that doesn't stop us because we were lucky enough to draw the Snake Eye Oak. So they kind of misplayed. That's what Pokemon TCG Live does. You can tell off of the energy sleeves they use. Damn. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward because this is just a standard Snake Eye line. We don't even have access to our Vanquish Soul cards. Whenever I don't have access to my Vanquish Soul cards, I like to go into a Heat Soul over the Ambla Whale line. Now, if I was playing in a tournament, I don't even play Heat Soul because you're going to lose the time, some of the time, off of using Heat Soul. So yeah, this is nothing actually. And we do stake your soul last turn instead of this turn would have gone so hard. We would have had Rosin, Special Summon, Xiaolong, spin Rosin back, add a trap. We would have had everything. Basically, we would have had like an unbreakable board. But they're on Tearlament, and while Tearlament is pretty good going first, I think it's in a much worse spot right now going second. Because if you can summon Little Knight and banish their Kit Kolos, what can they do? They're like out of place. Not to mention you can banish yeah, you can banish like 2 of their play. It's crazy. We used Called by the Grave on their Havness, didn't we? No? Yes, we did. And now that they made their Kit Kolos, we're just gonna banish the Kit Kolos. They're gonna destroy our spell here to get a... Honestly, wait. If they had Trivikarma... Oh, I understand. Their Kit Kolos... added? You can take one Tearlament's card from your deck. No. Oh, Kit Kalos added Tearlament's Heartbeat to discard the Trivic Karma to give them the field spell. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, why didn't they just have the field spell out earlier? They would have been able to destroy something, but they didn't have a way to discard it. Wait, yeah, okay. I think because they already activated Shyren, I misplayed by not banishing the Time Thief. The thing was, I wanted to banish, I wanted to hold in case they had more plays, and so I didn't activate SP Little Knight, but that just lets them cook with Time Thief next turn. Not to mention, they could have potentially gone into a Zeus here, and that would have actually, I mean, it wouldn't have fucked us up, but, nah. I think going for the banish on Time Thief was better here. I was just worried about them having follow-up, but what follow-up? They don't have any fusions, so... Yeah, that was kind of a misplay. Not that it matters when you have this many cards, let's be honest. So they're going into El Shaddol Winda, which I'm assuming they think is going to be able to stop us, because we can't special summon. Plus, now that they milled a Shuffler, they're going to shuffle our Snake Eyes monsters back just enough so that we don't have two to summon, but that's completely okay. They just gave up, actually. Yeah, that's, They didn't even give us enough time to show them that we had the Subversion. Can I eat an opponent's card, making their deck 59 instead of 60? I don't think so. I don't know what the actual, like, TCG rule set is, to be honest. But I do know that, like, when you enter in your deck, you have to spell everything correctly. And there are some cards that are so, like, close in spelling, because some cards are, like, upgraded versions or boss monster versions of themselves. So, like, you know, if I, like, am trying to put in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck list and I put, like, Long-Armed Dragon, and but the actual card was like Long-Armed Dragon Supreme. That's the card, because nobody plays Long-Armed Dragon. That's an old-ass card. And then they're like, nope, you wrote Long-Armed Dragon. You have to play it. Where is your Long-Armed Dragon? And you have to find, like, if you don't have that card, you're gonna have to find somebody who can, like, let you borrow that card, and you're forced to play it in your deck. I would definitely make a mistake like that somewhere. Actually, it's common. It's common for people to, like... Or people will just straight up forget to add cards. I'm assuming whatever system they have for submitting a deck list probably isn't the most intuitive, or at the very least, it's not something that you're accustomed to, right? Hello, Rhyme Man. How's it going? Oh, wow, a dual spirit? I've never met a dual spirit before. Are there dual spirits for replays? You know, I think this is... I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Horus is that good. The Horus engine. Or at the very least, like... This play in particular... Oh, right, we maxed them. Horus engine sometimes likes to summon that one monster and, like, draw 3, but I think that's just so vulnerable to, so many other different types of hand traps. I feel like it's much better to just... I don't know. I had to read all 3 of these Horus cards, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what the optimal play was, but I noticed that this one here... If another card leaves, you can send a card on the field to the graveyard. I didn't want them messing with our field. This one here just draws cards. Okay, and we don't want them drawing into disruption, so we'd have to take this card out first. This one can stay on the field because it's just kind of shuffling the graveyard. How have you been today? Well, we slept pretty well, and we're just going through some replays, and then after this, we're probably going to play some Omega Strikers. Okay, wait. That replay was pretty uninteresting. I don't know why I even... That was just an awful duel. Did not have to be saved. Yeah, Omega Strikers. So I lost this one, but I remember why. This guy was on some weird pile deck. He was actually playing Mikanko. So we lose to Nibiru, but really, there was definitely a way to win this one, and I'll go over why. How's it going, Hitsuki? But we absolutely could have won this one. I wonder if the optimal play was to make him like an Abyss Dweller off of the Razen and... Okay, hear me out. If we make Abyss Dweller with Razen and Madlove, and then Diabellstar discard Sinful Spoils of Subversion, because you don't need that, and then you can go into your Snake Eye plays, but you also have an Abyss Dweller on the field, I think that would have been a better play. Because we can have Razen in the grave. We'll trigger Abyss Dweller this turn. Well, it doesn't matter because we're going to get Nibiru, but I'm starting to think that actually Abyss Dweller is a very powerful card that I should probably run. So yeah, they Nibiru us before we get a chance to make our Snake Eye Flamberge. Divine Temple with Xiaolong is actually so good here because, believe it or not, if we manage to have them destroy Flamberge, Flamberge can reborn the Snake Eye Ash, which can add another fire to our hand, and that will allow Xiaolong to search an Earth, and then we can actually resolve our Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. Unfortunately, this guy has no intention to do that, because he's actually just going to slam his Mikanko card into us, which we had no idea. We had no way of knowing they were playing Mikanko cards. This looks like some weird Snake Eye Infernoble pile deck, and I actually have no idea how Infernoble works, so... They go into the Flamberge. I do not intend to let them summon with Flamberge here, or rather, push something to the back row. So we're going to summon Razen using the trap. And we're going to destroy these two cards. And then we're going to resummon Xiaolong. Now we have 3 flips, which should be amazing. Here's my misplay. I should have held this until the battle phase, right? Because right now, we don't really know what our opponent's going to go into. We don't even know if they're thinking about drawing into Spell Negates or Spell Disruption. But, like, I kind of figured, okay, they got 2 bodies on the field. One of the cards in their hand can only be special summoned if they have a Infernoble monster on the field. But I definitely messed up because they had a Sinful Spoils of Subversion. So that's on us. Because had we held... Well, I don't know. Like, maybe if we didn't flip there, they would have been able to cook. But honestly, yeah, I think it was better to just hold. Because even like a Zephyros would not stop us here. But this sure will. This Mikanko card. If we flipped this Mikanko card, I think we would have won here. Like, what does this one do? Cannot be destroyed. And this one? Okay, so yeah. If we had just kept that flip, because our opponent's intention was always to go into this Mikanko card and battle into us twice, right? So if we had just kept that card, if we just held it a little longer, we actually would have won. So that's something to keep in mind. I guess if you don't know what that deck... But then, doesn't it feel bad if they just, like, summon a... Because they had a rank 2 that they summoned there, and, like, what if they had just summoned Nightmare Phoenix, right? So maybe there wasn't a play out of that, but... Yeah, I don't know. Either way, it was a good duel. I like that he's running, like, a mix of, well, Snake Eyes, Infernoble, and Mikanko. That's pretty cool. We're going first, and this is a wonderful hand. Even if they Ash our Razen, we don't care. I would probably save... Nah, I can Called by the Ash and then cross out a Maxi. It's probably optimal. Or actually, Called by a Maxi might be even better since, like, we don't have a Maxi for them on their second turn, and what if they have 2 Maxis? So I guess saving Called by for Maxi is better here. They seem to have no disruption, though, so... Whenever I have full combo, I pretty much already know that I'm going to be able to, well, I guess Rosin's in our hand, but we can return a fire to the hand by way of going into Sunlight Wolf, which we're doing right here. So Sunlight Wolf, summon a Linkuriboh, and then this adds a fire back to our hand. So now we have 2 fires, and oh wow, they just conceded. I guess I didn't pay attention to the turn there. Yeah, this deck is kind of busted going first, and honestly, it has enough gas going second to throw people off, because Vanquish Soul cards just have so much extension sometimes, and Vanquish Soul really appreciates the extra fire attributes that Snake Eyes gives it. Okay, this is an amazing hand. Like, we don't even have access to Snake Eye plays here, and like it doesn't matter. Okay, so them. Okay, yeah, okay. They might have a Maxi. I was gonna say, them ashing the Stake Your Soul does kind of hurt. And maybe we didn't need to Called by the Grave here, but I wanted to, so... Oh, wow. Okay, sometimes being greedy pays off. We just fucking drew into a bonfire. That's kind of annoying for them. I can't... Can anybody read this hiragana? It says... I think this is San... To? This is To, right? Or Do? And then this is, I think this is, like... Nah. I have no idea. Because we have this Rock of the Vanquisher, we don't actually... Oh. They Called by the Grave or Maxi. Okay, see, I think this is a misplay, right? Like, do we really need draws off of Maxi? Nah, we don't. We don't need draws off of Maxi. You want to know what we need? We need Rock of the Vanquisher to return our Borger to the hand. Then we have Earth, Fire, and Dark. And then the Borger can tag out the Mad Love to get another draw. And then we can maybe use Maxi. Because if we can resolve this trap, then we have everything. Hey, Nume, thank you for the resub. How's it going? Just going through some Yu-Gi-Oh! Replays. How's this board look? Okay, our opponent is on... Did we end up returning? We ended up returning the Borger anyway. And we drew into a crosshat. Okay. So see, this would have been much better if we still had the Vanquish Soul trap, but whatever, it's fine really. I feel like our opponent should have battled here. I don't know why they didn't just battle into the Appaloosa. Maybe they assumed that we had a... I think... Okay, wait. You know what's funny? I think this guy actually thought that we had a Linkuriboh in the grave. We didn't have a Linkuriboh. They could have actually just battled into Appaloosa, like, very early. Just got back from the sword, needed a feed on my fixation of orange sickles. Orange creamsicles or orange sickles? Orange popsicles. Did you ever have those like Flintstones push pops? You know the ones. You get them in the freezer. Little Flintstones push pops. I guess maybe they weren't Flintstones. Okay, wait. So, like, I remember I went to a store and I tried to get one of those, and the bottom was, like, not frozen. It was just fucking sticky. Like, the top was nice and frozen, and the bottom was just, like, a sticky goop. I think what happened was when it was, like, I think it got left out, and, like, you know how, like, the ice cream kind of, like, the non-sugary parts will melt first? And so I think there was just like a pool of a fucking syrup at the bottom. It was just straight up orange goo. Disgusting. I never ate one after that. We have the Vanquish Soul Trap, so we're going to go ahead and go into a Borger. Borger, return Razen to hand. We can now link off the Borger. A lot of people ask me, like, okay, if you're playing Snake Eyes Vanquish Soul, like, how do the decks, like, go into each other? And honestly, they just do. You're always going to draw, and by always, I mean, like, 8 times out of 10, you're gonna straight up just already have another extender that can link into the other, because we're running 3 Diabell, 3 Bonfire, 3 Stake Your Soul. Hey, Fecko. They thought they could stop us with Nibiru. Okay, so I already knew as soon as I saw that they were gonna crash with this guy. I know that they're doing it to add a Pendulum monster to their hand, but we still have the Snow Devil, and I know that we can just Ash the add effect for when they go into, like, a heavy metal flows, but they just surrendered. No matter what play they were going to go into, because we still had that, See, like, again, if we were pure Snake Eyes, right, and we get Nibiru there, because there are some choke points for Snake Eyes. There are, unless you have 2 Flamberge, but, like, who's running 2 Flamberge? Like, there's a way to insulate yourself from Nibiru, but, like, you don't always see Nibiru, and they don't always have Nibiru, even if they're running it, so... I like having access to other plays whenever I run Vanquish Soul. I find that it bails me out of situations I would have otherwise lost. Actually, I should take a look at my deck list after this. There's something I want to switch out. I tried Fireking Snake Eyes, kind of dope. Low-key... Fireking kind of power creeps Vanquish Soul a little bit as far as, like, being a Snake Eyes buddy, right? Because, like, Fireking has some actual negates. Vanquish Soul doesn't have negates, but Fireking has just as much destruction as Vanquish Soul, right? If you go into the rank 8 XYZ, it is a board wipe destruction, not too different from Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, except you have less requirements. You're doing it on your opponent's turn. All you need is 2 level 8s. Vanquish Soul requires 3 different attributes. It's much easier to get the 2 8s on the field than, like, 3 different attributes. You need 2 level 8 Fire Kings. Yeah, I mean it's not easy, but it is possible. We're going to Ash the Sinful Spoils of Subversion, and that does stop their play. You also blow up your own field. Wait, really? I didn't know that. You know, I've been thinking about running Trisbania to counter Fire Kings. This is lethal, and he doesn't even know. They maxed us, didn't they? They did. They maxed us, but Borger's about to burn them. I waited for the Snake Eye Ash because I didn't want to get imperms, even though we can technically dodge the imperm, but yeah, we won this one off the burn. Actually, I'll check the deck list after I finish this up. But yeah, Fireking is kind of tricky, man, because I feel like they have so much recursion, but honestly, you just gotta blow up their field spell, no? Because you can outgrind them if you can get rid of their field spell, I think. And I think Trisbania might be the best way to do it because it banishes. But, like, at that point, right? Like, if I have a Masquerena on the board, is it not better to go into an Appaloosa? Probably not. Probably not. Because if I go into an Appaloosa and they summon a Kirin, because the problem with Appaloosa, the field spell is protected off the continue. No. The field spell is protected by destruction. Trisbania banishes. And I don't think that spell stops banishing. It only protects from destruction, if I'm not mistaken. And that's why Trisbania is so good. Because it turns a full field banish into a full field wipe. And I think that might be better, because Appaloosa is kind of weak. If I go into Appaloosa, not only could they draw into a triple tactics, potentially, and steal my Appaloosa, but they could straight up just like, oh, I used Appaloosa negate on their, let's just say, you know, a Snake Eye Ash or a Poplar. They chain Kirin. Kirin has, what, 2.5k, 2.8k? I don't know how much attack, right? But it's enough to beat over a 3-material 2,400 attack Appaloosa. So at that point, they can just kill Appaloosa and build their board. And then next turn, right? Now I'm playing on the back foot. But if I wait for them to make their plays, and they don't go into battle phase to kill the Masquerena, and they put their field spell out, and I go into a Trisbania, but see, I don't think they would let me do that, because they would recognize that I can just go into an SP Little Knight and banish their Fireking spell. So I think in any situation, they're gonna go into the battle phase. So I don't know. I guess you just have to hold Masquerena. Honestly, you just gotta hold and wait and see what they do. I think that's actually the best option. Honestly, I have not seen a lot of Fireking. I'm gonna be honest with you. This you know, say what you will, it does suck to go up against a Fireking Snake Eye full gas deck. I have not seen that many. It's actually been pretty diverse, I want to say. Like, yeah, I see Snake Eyes here and there. I see Snake Eye variants. But the Snake Eye variants are different enough to where each game feels a little bit different. Yeah, you still gotta deal with the Snake Eye cards, but, like, you know. When Fireking Snake Eyes went legal in TCG, everyone was all over it. Yeah. It turned out that pure Snake Eyes is just better. That's because TCG has no Max C, right? Holy shit, this board is fucking stupid. What the hell? Yo, this board is bananas. Wait, what? Dude, look at this. Look at this board. What is he gonna do? This is fucking stupid. No shot. Huh? Dude, we have everything. We even have Caesar, non-target destruction. Ambla Whale, Pop. Promethean. How many disruptions is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Appaloosa can maybe be 9? Jeez. Oh, and 10 with the fucking effect Veiler. No, we have like 10 disruption. And Maxi. Nah. No shot. That was, unfortunate. You know what I haven't seen in like 3 entire seasons? Or no, 2 entire seasons. Because I think 3 seasons ago I've seen this. You know what I haven't seen? I have not seen Borreload, Savage Dragon, Baron de Fleur, Snake Eyes boards. Like, I agree with you, Fecko. I think pure Snake Eyes... Okay, so we get punished with the Kieran here. Because, see, this is kind of what we were talking about. Like, if we were to Appaloosa this, they could just, like, battle into Appaloosa with this guy. And then if this is destroyed, they can resummon something from their hand and have disruption on the next turn. But anyway, it has been forever since I've seen Snake Eyes go into like the Borreload, Baron de Fleur, Omni Negate with Appaloosa, which is probably the scariest Snake Eyes board. Honestly, I'm not too afraid of these. Like I know this is kind of sacrilegious, but the Fireking engine is strong, yeah, but like there's a way to deal with it. maybe some other decks struggle. Yeah, it's annoying for them to resummon 50 times, but like we have Max C, right? Like if they resummon a billion times on their second turn and you draw into that Max C, you can have more plays. As long as they don't have a 4-material Appaloosa and 2 Omni Negates, homie, I don't care. Because let me tell you something. If I was playing Lunalights, I would love that. Oh, wait. Did we maxi them? I think we did. Yeah, we did maxi them. Wait, I lost this one. I lost this. Okay, wait. I know why I lost this one, too. Okay, so, like... They're very clearly going to make the rank 8, right? Like they're definitely going to make the rank 8 here. What I should have done was let them go into the rank 8 and then use Imperm. But I think I kind of fucked up here. Because we have Kurikara, right? So if they go into the rank 8... Honestly, so I think the rank 8 is kind of weak. And I do know some Fireking decks don't run it. But, like, if they go into the rank 8, and I tribute summon Kurikara over that rank 8, they do not get the recursion from these cards, because they weren't destroyed and sent to the graveyard. So, like, this board is literally weaker if they run that rank 8. Because it's like, oh no, you destroyed, you know, Razen or whatever. But, like, a lot of top tier decks this season, they don't really care about destruction. Again, we should be letting them use that XYZ card. Trust. Because, like, right now, I don't care if they destroy these two. Okay, again, this is me throwing the game right now. This is me throwing the game. They're about to summon a Fire XYZ monster, right? The rank 8, and they're gonna wipe everything on the field. So what, we lose Razen and Borger? Homie, we have an entire Snake Eye line. What are we worried about? But we flipped it, because I'm like, oh yeah, I can stop their XYZ monster. No, that's awful. This is an awful play. They have nothing in the graveyard right now. And so just like that, now we actually end up losing. Why? Because I was not running the Tearlament Great card. So I fucked up. So if they went into the XYZ, I think they had no way of getting these cards on the field. Because this is like, if a monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this. If we had just gone into, like, let's say Flamberge, and then we target and push that XYZ monster to the back row, GG. They don't get destroyed, and that's like the end of their turn. Not to mention, we could have just tribute summoned Kirikara, so that was actually the best play. Now, our biggest misplay here is the fact that yeah, we can't go into our Snake Eye line because we drew into our second Poplar with Borger. Drawing into a second Poplar with Borger fucked us because we didn't get another ad. So that was kind of unfortunate. If we didn't draw with Borger, we actually also would have won this. Zealantis. Again, I thought I had Raging Phoenix, but I don't have Raging Phoenix. I have Ambler Whale. So if we did have Raging Phoenix, this is OTK. And honestly, I think I should run Raging Phoenix because, like, it's, even though I don't always go into Ambler Whale, I think it's just a good card to have because that would have been game right there. But because we didn't go into Raging Phoenix, we lose. Which Raging Phoenix would have had like 5k damage there. And that would have been GG. I have not used Goddess in a hot minute, so maybe it's time to get rid of Goddess. Alternatively, I am considering getting rid of Linkuriboh. I'm also considering running an Abyss Dweller over Infernal Flame Banshee, because Abyss Dweller just has a lot of utility. Like, look at all the things that trigger in their grave, right? Do you work today? Yep, I do. GG. GG to our opponent. That was my mistake to not run the Salamangreat card, whatever that thing is called. Two more duels. How soon? I'm gonna play Omega Strikers like now, but also I have like 2 more duels to go. I don't work for another hour and a half, so I got an hour and a half. Okay, this is like a perfect starting hand. We have an Ash for the Maxi. We're gonna summon Razen. Mad Love is always correct here, because Mad Love has to return to the hand, thanks to the Stake Your Soul. So we can spin Razen back, add a Borger tag out with Mad Love, and then we're good to go. Kind of crazy how many bodies we can get on the field. The cards pulsating make a faint noise, sounds like an alarm going off, so I keep checking my phone. We just have so much gas here, it's kind of crazy. Like, we could actually make an SP Little Knight here. Oh, and we do! Okay, okay. This is a very strong board. What could they crack this with? I guess, like, a polymerization? We have a full board wipe with Vanquish Soul, Snow Devil. The Razen can summon and bring add another Earth to hand. Okay, they're gonna fusion summon, but they fused away our Ambler Whale and Razen for some reason. That doesn't make a lot of sense because they could have just taken away our Flamberge, but I'm assuming that they wanted to stop us from, I don't know, bringing out Masquerena? I have no idea. Honestly, Horus has not really impressed me from what I've seen. I still think I would maybe run it with, like a Lunalight deck and maybe Tearlament, but the Horus cards, I don't know. They feel like they're like a win more type beat. Because you have to get rid of I mean, sometimes, yeah, you can go into a nice rank 8. I think the best way to play it is to just make that rank 8 negate. Labyrinth. They're adding a big welcome to their hand, aren't they? Okay, they're adding welcome Labyrinth. We're gonna max C, they're gonna Chandler. What the hell? We're gonna add Xiaolong. Poplar, special summon. We want to put the field spell out. We're trying to bait their big welcome Labyrinth to see if they'll spin back. Right now, they're kind of... If they try to use welcome Labyrinth, Razin can blow her back out right now. Because big welcome Labyrinth has to spin back a monster. And if we destroy Arias, they can't return her to hand. She'll go straight to the grave, so... Whatever monster they summon is going to have to leave the field. There is the big welcome Labyrinth. We're going to banish this card. They had to return this to hand. So now we get to resummon Snake Eye Oak. Why didn't we summon Xiaolong anyway? Daruma. Daruma does kind of suck for us, but it's fine because we have the Diabell. And now we're going to go into Dark, and now we can resummon... Oh, they gave up. Yep. Okay. Alrighty then. Time for some Omega Strikers.